Hey everybody, down here this evening, cleaned the shop up last night, went to Bristol yesterday and evening and stuff, but I had changed oil in this John Deere a few weeks ago, actually probably a month or so ago now, and Dad had went and got the filter, hydraulic filter, oil filter and stuff. One day he was up that way. The filter they gave him was wrong, and I didn't realize it until I went to change it, and it wouldn't fit. So me and Landon went up that way yesterday, and I was going to exchange it and took it in there and at John Deere, and they said this is 450/45E, and I said, well, it won't fit, I don't know, you know. And I took the number off this filter, the original filter, with me, and they researched it by that and by the serial number of the engine, and found out the filter they gave us was wrong. And there's various filters that fits these tractors according to the engine model number. So if you have a 5E John Deere, if you can't find the original part number, because these are get painted over, just so happens the number and was showing on the filter I had, the original one, but I had to take it off to get it, because it was turned to the inside while it was on the tractor and I couldn't see it. But anyways, they'll either have to search it by you take your engine serial number or something when you do your first service to get the correct filter, and then of course once you've got the correct one you'll be fine. But he said he don't know why John Deere does that, why they can't just use the same filter for years and years, and just doesn't make any sense. But it's a super nice guy. He ended up giving me a 10% discount on the new filter because it was a little more expensive. He knocked 10% off on it since I'd had that trouble, and he was really nice. I really liked the service. I think he may have been the parts manager even, or something. Not sure his name, but nice guy. But anyways, I've been wanting a rubber mat to go on here, floor mat. And see, the Kubota comes with a rubber mat, and this has the steel floor. So I was like, I asked him, I said, do they make a rubber floor mat for that tractor? And he said, yeah, I think they might. Let me look. And he looked it up and he said, yeah, they show one for it. And he said, let me check the price and see, and I'll let you know. And so he pulled up the price on the mat, and he's like, you don't want that. And I got tickled. And he said $500, and it was over $500 for the rubber mat to fit this tractor. And I was like, no, I don't need it that bad, but I would like to have one. I think it'd be nice. I like the rubber mat on that one. But I'm not going to pay $500 and some for it. That's for dang sure. But you got to take this metal cover. You might not have to, but I think it makes it easier. But take this metal cover off to get your filter off, and it's really tight getting the filter. You can kind of wrench on it. I think I used a strap wrench when I took it off last time, but we'll get that pulled off. I figure it's easier to pull these bolts off and get this panel out of the way than it is to fight with trying to get the oil filter on and off with limited access. But I had already drained the oil and everything before I realized the filter was wrong, so I went ahead and refilled it with new oil and just put the old filter back on. And ran it until now. I'm gonna try this wrench, but I don't think it might work. Can't get a hold of it good. If you don't have a strap wrench like this, oil filter wrench, I recommend getting them. They're pretty daggone handy. Well, why is that so tight? I don't like this oil filter mounting system whatsoever. Jeez Louise, that's tight. I was the one that tightened it up for sure, but it was tight last time like that. I still never got it off. It's got a little adapter like thing here where it's a remote mounted oil filter and it tries to twist. Let me show you something. Let me dry my hands off. All right. This oil filter is mounted remotely. You got these hoses. Well, I don't know if it's mounted remotely or not because there's a gasket back in here too, it looks like. But anyways, you got this spacer block and these hoses go into it. I don't know if that's a remote mounted filter or if the oil comes into this housing, cast housing too, or if it's just right here. I'm not real sure. But anyways, that was trying to twist when I was trying to take the filter off. Well, we had trouble when we first got this tractor with it leaking oil around the oil filter. And now I know why. This adapter right here where your oil filter screws onto also tightens this little plate up, and it's loose. So that needs tightened up, and then when I put the filter on, next time I take it off, it should loosen up and not try to turn this, I'm thinking. So as you can tell, that was pretty loose. And I'm thinking that that's part of the issue as to why that was leaking originally from when we first got it, because that had never been tightened up good. Alright, I went ahead and pre-filled this filter what I could, because it's part of it's going to spill out when I go to put it on here where it's mounted horizontally, and lubed up my gasket. And it fits. Can't get it very tight by hand because you can't get no grip on it. All right. Now, before we put our cover back on, I'll fire it up, let it run a little bit, make sure we don't have a leak. Move these bolts so they don't vibrate off. Here, and I'll check back with you. Well, I pulled the air filter out of the John Deere just now. Let me show you something. This is the John Deere filter. That's a Kubota filter. You know what the difference is? In the size? Nothing. Exact same filter, inner and outer, which is nice. That's gonna be real nice because I can stock the same thing. What is different, Kubota filter, made in USA. John Deere filter, made in India. Had somebody jump me one time about buying Kubota stuff. Said they wouldn't buy anything that wasn't made in America. Well, from what I can tell, John Deere 5E series are not made in America. They might be assembled, but they're not made there. Most of it's made in India. A good portion of Kubota is made in the USA. Yeah, John Deere's technically a United States company maybe, but they're made all over. So you can't really get in that battle of what's made in the United States, and you're not going to purchase it because it's not, because John Deere's not. And this right here is proof that some of the parts ain't either, even though that they're the same size and fitment as the Kubota filters that's made in the United States. But I am happy to find that they are the same filters. And I'm not changing that filter, I just took it out to check it. But wasn't much of a video, just kind of messing around, kind of cleaned the shop up, more organized. Missing my Zoe and things, kind of changing things up from the way I had it, where I'd been feeding her and all that, and just got rid of a bunch of stuff that's been here for years and years, and cleaning and all that. But anyways, appreciate y'all watching. If you will, please like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll talk to you later.